So when I did my individual product pitch, I pitched about summer internships and then how it's hard to find friends when you're in a new place and hard to find a community to really thrive in.
And I think that really struck a chord with me as well because I knew that I wanted to do something that was related to bringing people together or something about community, and I knew that just instantly struck a chord with me.
So why are you here, Eric?
I didn't have a group. But actually, after watching everyone's pitches, I was reminded of a project I had done previously that was about bringing college students together in little pickup groups. So when seeing everyone else pitch about community, I was reminded of that and knew it was a group of people that I wanted to work with.
I think ultimately those are the values that brought us together. So things like fun, diversity, and most importantly, community.
And I think having all of these values as a team really helped us create a product that embodied all of these values, and it ended up being something that we really liked.
So originally we were designing for college students, but we realized that we actually have a lot of opportunities to meet people on campus with similar interests.
So that's when we began to think, what about the next step down the road? When people graduate college and undergo that transition from student to employee, they might find it difficult to find a whole new community. Some people may even move to new cities where they have little to no connections. And that's when we had our breakthrough. And that's when we really discovered what our need was.
Right, so before we really dove into this process, we wanted to destroy any existing systems, such as corporate-sponsored events. We really wanted to create a cohesive system consisting of the employee, the organization, and the technology.
So in order to understand the problem a little bit better, we decided to talk to some recent grads to really get to understand what they're going through. So we heard things like, I never really met anyone I connected with.
Or I hated the first few months of work because I had no one to eat lunch with.
Or it's awkward to make the first move.
To dive deeper into this issue, we sent out a survey to Quest Alum. Upon asking recent graduates whether they have a desire to make more friends, we found that an overwhelming majority do want to make more friends, which shows that we're on the right track. Additionally, this is supported by the fact that we discovered 66.7% of recent graduates are not satisfied with their current social life at work.
So that's how we developed out our aim, which focused on helping employees transition into new environments and a working lifestyle by providing them with a solid community to thrive in.
In order to successfully empathize with our target user, we wanted to incorporate the physiological and emotional framework to understand where they were coming from. For the physical aspect, we wanted to go above and beyond current applications that just promote users to message each other. We wanted people to actually meet up. We created this concept of lunch distance, which is the distance people would be willing to go in order to meet up for lunch. For logical, it made sense to match people by their interests. And lastly, for emotional, the concept of having friends and being involved in a community is very important to an individual's emotional well-being.
When finding our blue ocean, we really wanted to select features that would differentiate us from our competitors. We felt that an emphasis on our public image, the quality of the connections formed using our platform, and making our platform interest-driven would really set us apart.
Based on our blue ocean, we wanted to make sure our app stayed friendship-focused. And a challenge we thought we might run into is that people might just use it to make flings. We had a breakthrough when we decided that maybe we should make our platform corporate-sponsored in order to mitigate this risk entirely.
We set out to create our initial design and user flow. And from this, Qmmunity was born.
Qmmunity is a sleekly designed mobile app that integrates with your organization's employee database. Once logged in, you're greeted by Co, our idealized persona and chatbot AI, who helps new grads transition into a full-time working lifestyle. Co is your first friend on the platform and guides you through everything from profile setup to actually connecting you with other employees. Once in the command center, you can use the Find Some Company button, and Co will personally connect you with someone with similar interests within lunch distance away. Throughout your conversation with your new friend, Co will be there to help facilitate so there are no longer awkward silences that no one knows how to deal with.
We showed our app to new grads and received a lot of great feedback, which we later incorporated into version 2.
We also developed an implications wheel to help us identify factors that we hadn't considered before. So a positive implication was that people can form connections through their hobbies. And we wanted to facilitate this by embracing a user-centric design and focusing on wholesome activities. However, people may also share company secrets, so our barrier was to have Co remind them to be mindful, and the company will also have the option to limit access to within the company.
After receiving feedback and analyzing the implications wheel, we created our final design, which included, among other things, a less creepy Co and group messaging capabilities.
So we've learned a lot of awesome things in class, but I think one thing that will always stick with me is problem dissolution. And that's because sometimes you'll face a problem and your immediate reaction is to want to solve that problem, but maybe the better way to do it is reframe the problem statement to make sure that that problem doesn't even exist.
I learned the importance of following my passions and how fulfilling it can be to work on a project that's centered around our values, and I'm just really thankful for that opportunity.
I really was able to take a project and an idea and develop it without someone really telling me how to do all the steps along the way.
It's really easy to want to take things apart and view them individually, but throughout the entire process of designing our product and bringing it to life, it really became apparent that the true value comes in viewing the system as a whole.
A great group dynamic and synergy is important because it helped us effectively work together and make that work seem effortless and fun.
And I learned that the implications wheel can be applied to any decisions I'm making in life.